Hey everybody, Matt Johnson here. Welcome to the latest mini episode of Real Estate Uncensored. As always, I'm joined in the co-pilot seat by Greg McDaniel. Greg, what is up today?
What's up, Matt? Good to see you, my friend. I'm glad that we both had some interesting weekends, and we are back on the work wagon here, loving what we're doing, bringing it to all the folks that are watching us. So, thank you everybody for the rewatch or the watch right now. If you guys can't tell, Matt is hanging on by a thread. He is exhausted. He worked so hard to make this show awesome. So, you guys, if you're in your own offices, please join me in applauding Matt Johnson for all of his hard work. There he goes. He just gave you a head wave. All right. Anyways, that's for you, my friend.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And for anyone who's watching the replay, something for you, which would be to subscribe on YouTube and do yourself a favor so that you get all of the future videos here, as well as our full episodes that we do every couple weeks on Friday. We've got a big one coming up, Greg. So this one is all about zero to hero, how to break out of mediocrity. And I'm just going to wind you up and set you off on daily habits and what's killing agents and stuff like that. Am I freezing up, by the way?
No, man, you're good. Did
Okay.
I?
All right. Well, you said, oh God. So I wasn't sure if I, if you were responding to what we're going to talk about, or just if I had just completely frozen up. But anyway, that's on the docket for this Friday. So be sure to check it out. It's 11 a.m. Pacific. So, with that said, what we're talking about today is how to pick up more clients through networking and events. So this would be like the high touch side of the high tech, high touch method. So let's talk about that a little bit and go into some of the different types of networking events or events where you might actually meet people that are out in your target neighborhoods, your farm areas, whatever you want to call it. Let's go through some of those networking opportunities that people can find themselves in to pick up clients.
Okay, I have 8 that actually kind of come to mind right off the bat, so I'm going to work them down the list here. The number one, guys, is your actual neighborhood. You know, the place that you put your head down every single night. The people that you kind of take for granted, like, oh yeah, Bob and Sue know me. Oh yeah, Jack and Jackie, they know me. You know, I know all these people. They're going to totally, they're going to use me. What you guys need to do is you need to constantly reinforce to the fact that you are a real estate professional. All right. And that you do this for a living. You don't just go off and, go for walks all day long when you leave the house in the morning. You're actually out there, helping people buy and sell real estate. And the way to really engage with them is to just have conversations. When you're walking the dog or, playing with the kids in the front yard and you engage with a neighbor or something else, you guys don't think that just because you're at home, you're not on stage. You're on stage 24 hours, 365 days out of the year, no matter where you are. Terry, my father, he actually used to go several cities away and go at 4 o'clock in the morning to work out because otherwise he'd stop and he would talk to everybody. So, he's also been doing it for 43 years. So a lot of us don't have that problem. But that's another opportunity, in the gym as well. I keep threatening my team with the fact that I'm going to get shirts made, which Eileen and her family said they won't wear. Chris won't wear. Terry and my mom won't wear. John won't wear. But I'm going to wear it, and it's going to be a shirt, and it's going to have, my brand right here, and then down the back, it's going to be, it's going to say, "Ask me about real estate." Okay, it's something that if I'm cycle class or workout class or in the gym lifting weights and I have my headphones on, and it's an opportunity for me to be very silently but very effectively prospecting. Use this as a time where you can go network. If you feel that you want to go to a class at 12 o'clock because you want to take Zumba or whatever the class is going to be, go do it, but wear something that has a marketing brand or piece on you so that when you're sweaty and huffing and puffing, someone's looking up at you, or staring at your back going, "Ask me about real estate. I was thinking about buying about real estate. I'll talk to that person at the end of the class." Guys, it's all, and if they're not thinking about doing something and you're just working out and hanging out, eventually it will come time for them to actually open up and say, "Hey, look, I've been thinking," or "I have a friend," or "my neighbor," or "my sister," or whatever the scenario is. But since you're there doing an action that they like to do, there's that bond that was built and is being built every time you're there. And since you're not pitching yourself and selling yourself to them, they're viewing you as a comrade in arms. Okay, they're not viewing you as someone who's trying to network to get something out of it. You're just there doing what you want, but you're also proud of your industry. I had that happen to me my workout class last week. I started talking. They're like, "What do you do, Greg?" I said, "I sell homes. I help people buy and sell property." They're like, "Oh my gosh!" And we started talking. It was very, very powerful and effective. And that's how you can also wear that stuff in the neighborhoods when you're going for a bike ride, walking the dog, whatever. Have that out there and encourage people to come up to you. Go get coffee. Get a skin made for the top back of your laptop. Sit there and say, "Ask me about real estate." Sit there and write off your cups of coffee every single morning. It's a great way. And if no one asks you right that first day, stay there for a month. I guarantee you that you will get people to start interacting with you. And as long as you don't try to sell them the second they sit down with you or ask you a question, you're going to start building that trust. And then if you're there consistently, they're going to go, "Gosh, you know what? Matt is at Starbucks." Well, Matt actually does live at Starbucks.
That's true.
Every time I talk to him, I'm like, "Matt, how you doing?" He's
Should
like,
I get one that says, "Ask me about marketing"?
Yes.
How's the email open rates? That's what the back of my laptop would say.
Ask me about podcast.
That's
Got
right.
podcast. Anyways, but you know what? If they know that Matt's at Starbucks religiously, like he is, and they know that he works from Starbucks, like he does, and then they come by and they're like, "Oh, there he is. I should ask him about marketing." Now you got me asking about marketing. I should ask him about real estate. And then they sit down, they plop down, and go, "Hey, Matt, I got a question." And it takes off and running. That is powerful stuff, guys. This is the stuff people don't do. And when I say that with such passion, I'm talking to myself because I keep preaching it and I keep sitting on my ass not doing anything. So my pledge to you is that within the next month, or I have to get another laptop, but I'll do that. But I'm going to get my laptop, skin made, and I'm going to show you guys, and I will get back to you on what the kind of successes I'm getting from that. So there's that. There's a neat kind of fun, different out of the box ways to work your neighborhood. Now, second off, guys, garage sales. Now, I know we're heading into the winter and garage sales are kind of starting to die down and everything. But as an agent, that doesn't stop you from starting to network with your neighbors and friends and family and prep them for springtime. Hey, guys, in spring, April, May, June, whenever the time is right, you guys are going to have those garage sales. Think of me. I'll give you all my signs I have. In fact, I'll even help you set up the garage sales. Why don't we get 5 or 6 neighbors together? We'll have a mega garage sale. I'll market it out to my people, and then I'll make flyers up for everybody to say what's being sold at what home. And of course, the agent's information will be on that. And then they can take that out and give that away, put that on Facebook, put it on LinkedIn, use it as a door knocking piece, all kinds of different opportunities here that you can leverage off a garage sale, guys.
That's a great tip. I never heard you say that before. I like that.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's great cross promotion because then it does give you a really, really soft way or a soft excuse to go door knock, with it being totally innocuous. You're not even promoting yourself at all. You're not even looking for business. You're promoting something that's going on in the neighborhood. It's great.
Yeah, you're promoting the unity of the neighborhood. Hey, guys, come together. Hey, do you have anything to sell? Bring it over. Let's get this thing sold. What are you trying to sell? Oh, you're selling a couch or an old picture or something? Great. I think Phil and Becky, their house over here, it actually has a lot of that stuff. So let's put it there. Just another good opportunity for everyone to network. So yeah, garage sales. Now let's talk about block parties. Now, a lot of the neighbors used to have a lot of block parties. They used to get together, bring all the barbecues out and the whole nine. Not a lot of them do that. So why don't you instigate it? Huh? There's a wild idea. Be a leader. Holy mackerel. But how much fun could that be? Because now it's your event. You could create it and have a blast. What if your kids are a little bit older and there's a certain theme that you wanted to that can both benefit you, benefit the neighborhood, and benefit the kids? Maybe get I don't know. You guys come up with something. My brain's moving slow today.
Let's come up with something. Okay.
Matt, you come up with something right now. Go.
Let's go with the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 theme. It's going to be nothing but just kids fighting each other for food.
Oh my God, there's going to be blood in the streets.
That's right. Yeah, we're going to give everyone fake bows and arrows, crossbows, and paintball guns, and just set the kids loose all over the neighborhood. It's going to be great.
Shit, can I be a kid? That sounds like fun.
Yeah, that sounds great, right?
Oh yeah, until you get shot. Okay, community events, guys. Go find out what's going on down with the town or the city that you're in. A really good idea that you guys could do that could get you back out in the community's eye very quickly. And it wouldn't be a huge expense. It's going to be maybe $1,000 or $2,000, but maybe have someone else offset the cost with you. Go get water bottles with custom labels on them. Now, I know this is very easily done. I bought a crate, a pallet of them several years ago, and we literally could not give these waters away fast enough in cases. So we said, oh, crap, what do we do with all this freaking water? Oh, I know. Here, let's donate to the town of Danville. And then they sold it for $1, and I had my name everywhere through that event. So go partner up with a lender or a home insurance guy or someone and go get your custom labels on your bottles. We know that that really worked out well because people would refill them up and reuse them again and again and again. Kind of like myself. Like I keep these water bottles here for way too long.
Yeah, you're drinking a lot of BPA, Greg. I hate to break it to you.
I know. I feel my third eye growing.
Mm-hmm. But should get one of your official McDaniel water bottles. What's the deal?
I don't know. I kind of just blew it on that. Thank you, Matt, for calling me out in public eye. But I do so many other things. Okay,
but is your water bottle sitting on an official McDaniel Callahan coaster? That's what I want to know.
Yes, it is.
See?
Yes, it is.
Redeemed yourself. Redeemed.
Thank you. Whew, that was close. And I see how fast I had that right next to me.
That's
Boom.
Right.
So here's another one, guys. Since I have this up in front of you right now, this is our coasters that we have. I'm not sure if you guys have talked about those or not. All of those of you who can't see what I'm doing, so on iTunes or Stitcher, I'm holding up my coasters, and on one side is my lender, and on the other side is my ugly mug with my team brand. Now, I will be honest with you. I walked into a bar restaurant a year or two ago, and my friend who's the general manager, she was just bitching at the fact that no coasters were there. It's going to ruin her bar. So I said, custom coasters, how expensive could they be? They turn out to be cents on the dollar. We've given them, I don't know, maybe 30,000 of them at this point. We've spent $1,000, give or take, the whole thing. And my father literally thought I was absolutely, completely out of my damn mind when I did this. But he just shut up as he usually does and letted me. There's a word. He let me kind of give me enough rope to hang myself. Damnedest thing happened. Last December, we get a phone call and the dude goes, hey, come over and list my house. It wasn't come over and interview. It was come over, list my house. And Eileen answered the phone and she's like, well, how did you hear about it? She's like, I've been putting my beer on your faces for the last 6 months. And so my dad calls me up and goes, you will not believe what just happened. We just got a call to come list a home directly from your coasters. I'm like, and you're welcome. I accept your deepest apologies.
That's right.
And so that's another way of.
But imagine if you would start to frequent those establishments more and perhaps network with people in person rather than just passively through the coasters. I mean, especially if it's one of those favorite places you go, people are going to recognize you when you go in there. So you can combine the passive marketing with the high touch marketing.
Yeah, well, I am passive aggressive, I guess, if you really want to put it that way. But no, so here's a funny story. I was at the bar one night, and there was this group of girls sitting around this table. There was one of them that just like she was just done with the whole place, right? She was just pissed, and she was sitting there. She was scribbling on something, and I looked over to it, and she was scribbling on my face, and I almost held back, but I couldn't help myself. So I lean over her shoulder and I say, you know what? You are right. I do look better like that. And then I pull back, and she looks at me, looks at the coaster, looks at me, looks at the coaster, looks at me slowly, like kind of like a terrified look of like, oh shit, I just drew in this dude's face and he called me out. But yeah, I mean, they had drawing contests. Kids started drawing on our faces and everything. So they kept the cards and we used them as a drawing contest, and we, put them on Facebook. Hey, who did this one this week? Blah, blah, blah. Got little awards. So Dude, it took off on a life of its own. Then we had another agent and lender. They copied us to exactly like this in the same freaking bar. It works so well.
Nice. Well, see, that's how you know it's working. All right, so let's talk about events. So without giving away the whole shebang, you guys have 3 different levels of events that you throw, and we actually get into this on the bonus video that is part of our farming training course that's coming out. So don't give everything away, but give people an idea of like what do you do on a monthly basis for people.
Monthly basis, guys, you want to do something that is going to be, you want to get everybody involved, as many as you can. Now you're going to have a super low redemption rate on the offer that you're going to put out there. You're not going to have a lot of people that are going to say, yeah, dude, I want to have a glass of wine with you. Yeah, let's do this. Life happens, guys. People got stuff going on. So if you got 2, 3, 5 people to show up for your monthly event, that's knocking it out of the park, because you want to get that intimate time with them. You want to get that one-on-one where you can really have those deeper conversations and not those, 10,000 foot. How are you? Good. How are you? Oh, that's fantastic. All right. Good to see you. We should get lunch. Yeah, I'll call you. Everybody knows you're not going to call each other. Okay. It was just courtesy. But if you really get to know what's going on and maybe find out that maybe someone's spouse is having a health concern, or maybe one of the kids is having a trouble in school, or maybe they got a promotion at work, who knows? We get to really have those conversations. Then you can follow up and you build the relationship here, guys. That is the entire point of this. If you had just one person show up, would you honestly call that a lose? If one person showed up and you shared a glass of wine or a bottle of beer or something like that together, or a bite? No, it's like taking out a friend and going out and just getting some time with them. So, put yourself out there. Yeah, it might be a little unnerving. You might be, guys, is anyone going to show up? I don't know if they do. What if they like me? They like the place and I picked the right time. Get out of your own damn way, guys. Just go do it. Do something you like, because that's genuine. It'll come through. Because you know what? I don't know shit about wine. Let's be honest. If I said, come on down.
What?
Ooh.
You're in Northern California. You don't know anything about wine.
I know there's red and white, man. And that's
a good start. That's some of them.
If you mix them, you get a rosé.
Yeah, that's exactly how that works.
Oh, yeah. It's a science.
It's just good science.
Good science. But do something you like.
Give me some ideas of what your monthly events that your team runs are. Like what kind of places are we talking about? So you don't like wine, so let's say a wine bistro, which would be a great place. So let's say that's out. So microbrewery?
Yeah, you could do a microbrewery, maybe a local place you can get a bite to eat and get a beer and hang out. Like Magaz is where I would go, right off my coasters. Maybe folks that don't like to drink or anything like that. You could go to a painting thing. You go where those paint by number shops or whatever. You go paint stuff together. Maybe
build a bear while we're at it. Can we build a bear together?
Yeah, we could build a bear. We could do build a bear.
Okay, great. I'll meet you at the mall. That'd be great.
Smart ass. Eileen's mumbling over here going, you guys are idiots. But I mean, just think of something that you like. I mean, as cliche as it is, if you like to knit, or if you like to play lawn bowling, or if you like to do, horseback riding, mountain climbing, whatever it is, it doesn't say it have to be in the evening. It could be on a Saturday. What about paintballing? I'm getting into paintballing, right? So why don't I get a crew of folks? Hey guys, want to go out and shoot each other? Release some stress? But just get out there and
shoot your realtor today, Saturday at 2:00.
Are you fed up with your agent and how they mistreat you and they don't communicate you? Come outside and blow him up.
That's great. For expired listings, that would be an awesome mailer, actually.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. Nobody take that idea. Okay, you guys can take it.
That's right. When Greg can test that first. I'll give that to Aaron up in New York, where they have some expireds.
And a lot of angry people with very short fuses. A lot of angry people.
That's right. You definitely want to arm New Yorkers with a paintball gun and set them free on a realtor.
That's like zombie hunting, but realtor hunting. Okay. Anyways, enough bullshit. So do something like that for events, guys. Get out there and do something that you like on a monthly.
How are you promoting that? Like, how are you letting people know that you're even doing this? Like you said, there was a low redemption rate. So are you emailing people out and then putting it out on social media with some type of offer? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I do it. We try to do as much everywhere as we can. So Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, videos on Facebook is a really a big hit for us. Calling around into our database, doing private emails that we have through our system. Lo and behold, picking up a phone and actually calling another human is another option.
Yeah.
Those are the ways we get it out there. Try to do multiple touches, both a high tech and a high touch. So email, phone call, voice messages, whatever. But yeah, get out there as fast as you can. As much as you can, but make it fun. Don't make it like a laborious project that you have to go, okay, here it is. Hey, Matt, we're back again. Do you want to hang out?
We're going to meet up at the monastery at 5 o'clock for a nice, long chant session. So there is so when I was at Viral, that one of the clients that I worked with, he's a top agent down in Atlanta. He did something really cool. So he would buy tickets to I believe it was the Braves baseball games. Like he had season tickets.
Okay.
So he always had tickets to the game, 2 or 4 or something like that. Anytime he could pick up extra tickets from other people, he would go and buy them off him at the last minute, right? He'd call up his database, mostly his like champions, his top 100, top 150, whatever. Mm-hmm. He would call them the day of the game, say, hey, I've got a couple of tickets for the Braves game tonight. It's at 7 o'clock. Just wanted to see if you guys can make it. I've got a couple of tickets I can't use. You're welcome to them if you want them. And, maybe 20, 30% of the time, somebody that he would, make a handful of calls, maybe a couple handfuls of calls. 20, 30% of the time, somebody would take him up on it. He would get the tickets to him. The rest of the time, he would just go to the game himself with him and his family. But he still got 5 to 10 calls out of it to his database offering something of value, completely non-real estate related, completely out of the box that nobody else is doing, and got to have that kind of a touch and generate a short conversation with him. So I always liked that idea.
I just thought of something for maybe sports people who don't like sports, or maybe buying a sports ticket is out of their budget right now.
What?
They don't exist. Like sports.
Except Gray, I was going to say, you would think of that because for whatever reason, you're the only 35-year-old male I know who does not like football.
Dude, football just sucks, man. And yes, I said that out loud. I just can't get behind it. My parents didn't let me play it, okay? I'm mad at my dad for that. No. So seriously, something if you guys don't want to do sports, or honestly, because sometimes sports budgets are too expensive. Matt, stop laughing. Is that go get a movie tickets, go get passes to movies, and say, hey guys, I have 5 or 4 passes to the movies I was going to use, but something came up and I can't use them. Would you and your family like to use them? That might be something a little bit more close to home. It might be something more affordable. It's still something of value. And of course, hey, if no one else shows up, shoot, go watch a movie by yourself or with a couple
network
friends.
at the movie theater.
Like, hey, psst, you down the front row, you got an agent yet? They're like, shut up.
Well, you just start tossing out your branded coasters like frisbees.
Just back of the head.
That's right. That's an
attention getter, not in a good way. Oh, it's too much fun.
Oh, good Lord.
Okay, so
today. This is so we got to wrap this up. We're about 22 minutes in. We've given a ton of tips on events. Anything else that you want to say about network, like in-person networking or events?
Yeah, super quick. There's a couple other guys. We went over community events. Kids sports events, guys. Work those sidelines in a good way. Show up with your badge on, show up with a shirt on, passive aggressive marketing out in those environments. Don't forget that is an opportunity to meet buyers and sellers. God knows that maybe mama just found out she's pregnant. They got to go from a 3 bed to a 4 bed. Might be great opportunities. Kids, lighthearted hobbies. Pick a hobby, guys. Chris, my partner, uses biking. My father does swimming. I'm trying to do paintball. Who knows if that'll actually take off. But, pick a hobby that you like, whatever it is, and go for it. Go to meetup.com if you don't have a hobby. If you're like me and you're a workaholic and you love what you do, but sometimes you need to get out and get out in the fresh air, go to meetup.com, find something you might be interested in, go join a group and go meet some folks and hang out. And then last but not least, obviously, network and leverage off of your spouse's co-workers as well. Naturally, be respectful of your spouse and the relationship he or she has with with their co-workers, but be available to answer any questions, and don't be shy when they ask you what you do. Tell them what you do, and give them a card. That's about it. Oh, did we talk about the digital business cards last time?
I don't think so.
So storyapp.me, okay? storyapp.me is a digital business card site. You go there and you, instead of like handing Matt a business card of mine, because generally most of the time business cards end up where? The trash, right? So what if I say, hey, Matt, what's your cell? I'm going to text you my contact information. Bop, 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 bop. Boom, I send it. It's a link. Matt clicks on it. It instantly takes me and puts me into his contacts. All right. So it's a digital business card that I believe is free. So go to go to GoDaddy. Like I'm going to get gregmcdaniel.me. So mattjohnson.me. That would be your URL, and it's attach it to your Story app site, guys. And that is my digital tip for the day. But it'll give you the opportunity when you're networking that nobody will ever lose your information ever again, and you'll have theirs for texting. So there's your tip, guys.
I like it. That was awesome.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Well, that concludes another mini episode of Real Estate Uncensored. So if you like what you hear and see, hopefully, subscribe on YouTube if you prefer the video version. If you prefer the audio version because you don't want to see our faces and you'd rather just listen to us right here in your ear, go to iTunes or Stitcher. And then remember, we've got the big full episode this Friday at 11 Pacific on Zero to Hero, how to break out of mediocrity. So we're going to talk about daily habits, daily success habits for real estate. So it's going to be an awesome, wide-ranging episode. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff.
wide like a truck, like a double wide. Like, wow.
Yeah, like
But
a trailer, just like that.
yeah. But very something cool, guys, that I'm going to be talking to Matt about. We have some new technology I learned about over the weekend that Matt and I are going to talk about implementing into these podcasts that we're doing, which are going to give you the ability not just to ask us questions live, but you can chime in live on video in the podcast and talk with us live right there in the stream. Oh yeah, we're going to go cray on this. So, all right.
Well, with that, guys, we'll let you go. We'll see you back here Wednesday at 3 o'clock for another mini episode, and Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific for the full episode. Until then, we'll see you later.
See you guys.